that we are about to begin. Welcome, Ed from California. Patrice in Milwaukee. Welcome, Christy. Glad to have you. Let's see here. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, guys, we're going to connect to Facebook. Oh, we are live. We're live on Facebook. Yep. All right. Hey, Facebook, go ahead and give us some love here before we get started. We've got just a couple of more minutes before we get the show on the road. So you got a couple minutes to send those last minute text messages out. Let everybody know that the OSNAP Opportunity Zoom is about to begin. I see Kyle and Lana from Orange County, California. We have, you can see the growth. Just market after market after market after market is popping up. But we do this live through osnapzoom.com and then live through our Facebook community. So if you are an ambassador and you are not yet connected to our Facebook community, OSNAP Active Lifestyle community, I would highly encourage you to do that. We're constantly putting training up there. We did a whole live Zoom last Saturday through the Facebook community and through Zoom. So we've got a couple options for you to be able to tune in. We are live today in the OSNAP studios in Tempe, Arizona. We're going to be in Kansas City we'll be in Columbia, Missouri, just outside of Kansas City. We'll be there the first week of November. And then we got Vegas, we got Virginia, we got a bunch of cool markets that we're going to be in. And then, by the way, this is
everyone.
The beautiful.
By the way, make sure that your chat is set to everyone or panelists and attendees, not just hosts and panelists, because only John Malat and myself will see your chat. If you want to talk to the whole squad, I suggest you change your chat settings because I see a bunch of you in here talking to John only.
Oh, yeah. So at the bottom, what she's talking about at the bottom where it says right where you type in, who just put two and put host and panelists or put everyone, because otherwise we see a whole lot of people in here that are just chatting with us. So
or panelists and attendees. My computer shows different.
Put panelists and attendees and everybody. By the way, guys, we are going to get started here in just under 60 seconds. So once again, welcome to the OSNAP Opportunity Overview. We've got a lot of guests joining us tonight. I see Kendall Isom in the house, Kirsten, Stephen, Michael Padilla, my brother Michael Schwarting. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. 30 seconds. So I'm going to give it 30 seconds, and we're going to jump right into it. Yep. Go ahead, guys, and we got about 20 more seconds. Tell us where you are. Greg Finney, good to see you. John Cacado, good to see you. Braden, Ishmael. We got a lot of people joining us from all over the country. Appreciate you, Peter and Linda. Let's get started. First off, let me take a second and welcome all of the guests. We've got guests tuned in, a lot of guests tuned in on the osnapzoom.com link. And we know that guests tune in for a lot of different reasons. The biggest thing for me is to respect all of our time. I know the most valuable thing that we have is our time. We tend to put a lot of value on money, but in the end, it is time that is the most important piece to this puzzle. So, of course, I'm going to respect that time. We're going to move very quickly. I got a lot to share, and I'm going to do it in a very short period of time. So I also know that guests are on here for a lot of different reasons. Some of the guests, maybe you've heard about the incredible products. Maybe you've heard that we're creating an entirely new category in a massive, multi-billion dollar space. We definitely are dominating this new category, and we are the Kleenex, the Jacuzzi, the Xerox of this category. We're not so naive to believe that we're going to operate competition free forever, but we believe that by the time the competition does come, we're so far ahead they can't even see our dust. So we know that guests are here to hear about that. And the product that we have, we know that guests are here because you've heard that there is an exciting economic opportunity. And you guys know if you can provide solutions to people's problems, you can pretty much write your own ticket. So we're going to talk about the solution to some challenges that people are having. I'm looking forward to going into that. Some of you are on here, have no idea why you're on here. Your friend or somebody told you got to be on here. They dragged you, they didn't drug you, but they got you on here this afternoon, this evening. And it's my job to go through this presentation as smooth and as efficiently as we possibly can. In just a couple of minutes, guys, we're going to snap together. So I would encourage all of our ambassadors, get your snap packs ready. I'm going to talk about that as we get to that point in the presentation. But tonight is my job to introduce you to the OSNAP Opportunity. Now, there's different pieces to this opportunity. You're going to find out. I'm also going to talk a little bit about social selling or social sharing. We live in a society today that we're so interconnected through social media. Social media is consuming us in a big way. Doesn't matter if you love it or you hate it, or you love it and hate it. Social media is definitely moving the needle when it comes to how we're communicating with one another, how we're interacting, how products are being moved into the marketplace. So I'm going to talk about what we're doing in that regard. I believe that from a business standpoint, if I was a fisherman and I want to catch more fish, I'm going to have more lines in the water. I'm going to talk about having more lines in the water and how we can catch more fish. Hold on, guys. Okay. There really are two major issues that are plaguing society right now. When I start off talking about plaguing society, I mean, I don't mean to start off on a negative note. Plaguing is a big, scary word. But I think there's two major issues that people are dealing with right now. I think they're the same issues that people have been dealing with probably since the beginning of time, or ever since we started trading, money for goods and services. And the first one is real simple. It's the health side of things. I think we've always are in a situation where who doesn't want their health to be better? I mean, we're coming through a time when we're constantly communicating about our immune system, boosting our immune system. If anything good has come out of this pandemic that we've all been facing, I think the best thing that's come out of the pandemic is that more and more people are in tune to doing things maybe better, to doing things more efficiently, to at least paying attention to the things that do affect or infect us, and especially when it comes to our immune system and boosting that and living healthier, happier lives. The other side is the wealth epidemic. Now, this has been something that we've been dealing with forever. Some of the biggest stresses on the planet come from money. And I'm not saying money is the most important thing by any means, but, money becomes very important when you don't have it. Talk to the person that's hiding their car because of the repo man, or, money for someone that's worried about paying, their rent or their mortgage on the first. Money's the first thing you think about when you wake up, and it's the last thing you think about if you can go to sleep. It keeps a lot of people up at night. So we know money's important, but maybe not the most important thing, but it definitely is right up there with air and water. So I'm going to talk a little bit about both of these real quick, just to kind of set the stage, not to scare anybody, but to set the stage for a talk about, I love talking about the solutions to problems, because it's very easy to be a critic. It's very easy to see all the challenges that people are facing or that we're facing, and sometimes getting down on ourselves or getting down on other people. A lot of criticisms around a lot of things today, but I love to be around people that, of course, anyone can have your problem, but find someone that has the solution to your problem. And those are the type of people that we want to be around. I'm going to talk about what we believe are some of the solutions. So, by the way, I'm going to move through these slides pretty quickly. So if at any point you want to take a screenshot, I would highly encourage that. The reason why I start talking from the health standpoint, because I do believe health is wealth. And if you can get your health right, everything else will kind of fall in place. What we know right now, diabetes is the 6th leading cause of death in the US. Why is this important? Well, there's a lot of statistics. There's a lot of suggestions that diabetes is a preventable disease. Of course, some people are just dealt a bad hand, but we're starting to see more and more information that suggests diabetes, which is now a precursor to many things. Of course, obesity is tied to that, but we're seeing a bunch of cancers. We're seeing heart disease, the #1 leading cause of death. And a lot of this is triggered through diabetes. I do a complete talk called Death by Sugar. Now, tonight I'm not going to do that entire talk. I'm just going to share a couple of things when it comes to what we know about sugar. Sugar is known to suppress the immune system. If we're trying to avoid a suppressed immune system, well, it might be important to put sugar into the equation, or at least talk about it, because today we're consuming more sugar than we ever have at any other time in the history of our lives. We're doubling our sugar consumption every single year. It is crazy how much sugar we are consuming on a regular basis. The other challenge when it comes to sugar is accelerating the aging process. It speeds up the cell aging process. There's something called telomeres on our cells, something that we should be talking about today, because when you look at the research around telomeres, the telomeres on your DNA, when they get short and frayed, basically your life is getting short and frayed. And we've got enough research that suggests as these things start to shorten, they start to fray, it's leading to all kinds of challenges. And We can continue talking about death by sugar. Glucose is known to amplify cortisol. If you understand cortisol, it's the reason why I remember I had this flat tire around my waist, and no matter what I did, I had a hard time getting rid of it. And after doing some research, taking some time, I discovered this hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone. You could eat all the green grass you want, eat all the vegetables you can consume, and still not get where you want health-wise because of stress, and it's something that we've got to find ways to eliminate. But it's interesting now how of course we already have stress in our environment. But the new challenge is, how do I remove some of that stress? Well, sugar is actually contributing to amplifying cortisol. High fructose corn syrup consumption is now linked to non-alcoholic liver disease. And we can go on and on. Research is showing us the odds of developing certain type of cancers, some of the big ones: brain cancer, pancreatic cancer, oil cancer, oral cancer, and prostate cancer. Also, people that are consuming sugar are more at risk for heart disease. Again, I'm not here to scare everybody, but now we've talked about health. Let's talk a little bit about the wealth side of things. Did you know, let me show you something. Did you know that the average 50-year-old has less than $50,000 in retirement? You start to think about that. Where do you want to be when it's time to live your golden years? Most of us don't want to fry underneath the French fry fryer at the Golden Arches. That's not my idea of a great retirement. But for a lot of people, that's kind of the direction that they're heading in. I remember my daughter Lauren, when she was looking for a job, I'll never forget her saying that she was 16 years old looking for an entry-level position. And she said, "Daddy, the problem is all the old people have all the jobs." She was referring, look, who's greeting at Walmart? People today are supplementing income. And I don't believe it's because they made bad decisions. I believe they did exactly what they were supposed to do. How many people were told, go to school so you can get a good what? Get a good education. Once you get the good education, then you can get the good job. Then once you got the good job, then what? Well, that's the $1 million question. Then what? Do you live happily ever after? What is it? It seems like, people keep working. They work just hard enough so they don't get fired. And the boss pays them just enough so that they don't quit. We got names for this stuff called like the rat race. We're on the rat race. We're on the daily grind. The craziest. I remember I felt like a hamster on a wheel when I was in I guess the rat race. And every now and then I'd get off the wheel. I'd call in slick. I look around. I'm like, dang, I'm in the exact same spot. But like any good hamster, rat, whatever, what do? Get back on the wheel. And we do this forever. We do this. And then when we're done, we're now supposed to live on a fraction of what we are having a hard time living on when we were getting the whole check. And it's an interesting proposition. But when this statistic, I think, is leading to it. Of course, we're all trying to keep up with the Joneses, and sometimes we make 1,000 and we spend 2,000. But 34% of Americans have zero in savings. You think about that. I don't know if you've ever had less than zero in savings. You got all of a sudden something hits, and now you're like $34 less than zero in your savings. But most of you probably been rich all your life, so maybe this doesn't relate. Money struggles continue to hamper people in a big way, continue to create stress in our society. Just skip down. You're welcome to take screenshots of all this stuff, but for the sake of time, I'm going to move very quickly. Just over 70% of Americans say their retirement plan is to keep working. Now think about that for a second. Is that what we are supposed to do? We're supposed to, go to school, get a job, do all this stuff, and then work, and then basically have a few years of retirement and then die. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that's the way to go. But if we look at the numbers, I always say people lie, but the numbers don't. The numbers are telling us the real story. Statistically speaking, we have some challenges when it comes to health. We have some challenges when it comes to our finances. And there's some ways to change that. There's some ways that we believe that we've got the best opportunity in both those areas. By the way, we're only a few months away from New Year's Eve. What happens in January? Of course, New Year's resolutions, man. All of a sudden you hear the two big ones. I'm going to change my health and I'm going to change my wealth. What I'm telling people is, hey, why not get a head start on it? Let's start putting things in place right now going into the holidays. What if we can start putting things in motion quickly? Let's talk about the OSNAP opportunity. Number one, we are creating an entirely new category. I'm going to show you what this looks like. We've seen statistics, as many as 40% of the population cannot swallow pills, don't want to, whatever it is. But for whatever reason, there's a lot of people that don't consistently take nutrition or supplementation because of the form that's delivered in. Hard to swallow pills are never fun. Horse pills are probably the worst. But then doing that on a consistent basis, just a lot of people, 40% are saying they don't do it or won't do it. Messy powders, they came on the scene a little bit later. Powders came for convenience, mix in some water, things like that. But then you're dealing with a lot of fillers, a lot of extra stuff. People are doing pre-workouts. They're getting the jitters. We're throwing extra things in there probably unnecessary. And the next thing that came on the scene were sugary gummies, wax and sugar. Why were those important? They created a multi-billion-dollar category inside of this multi-billion-dollar supplement industry because we have become addicted to fats, salts, and sugars. Gummies are the perfect, ideal piece because it solves those problems. It solves the taste bud issue. I was looking at a health magazine. It was interesting in the health magazine, most of the articles in the health or the advertisements in a health magazine were pharmaceutical companies. And the deal with pharmaceutical companies, it doesn't matter, how you see them. I think there's a purpose for them for sure. But it's interesting when you look at these pharmaceutical companies, they create these drugs. These drugs that we take, for example, you get a rash. Okay, they got a solution for that. You take this pill. The challenge is that pill causes 13 other conditions, liver disease, and possible death. It's like, man, I think I'll keep the rash. But that's okay. The pharmaceutical companies, they have another pill for the side effects from the pills that they already sold you. And it becomes this massive, massive, massive machine. And the dollar amounts are astronomical and mind-boggling. But when you look at what's happening in society today, we're doubling our sugar consumption every single year. It's creating havoc inside of our systems. It's leading to all kinds of things. Then the pharmaceutical companies come in to answer the call, to answer some of these challenges. And we sort of expect it. We expect our healthcare system to fix us after we've, broke us, after we've, eaten our way to a certain point or lack of exercised our way to a certain point. Now it's up to our health industry to fix us. And we have two cycles that are happening in our life. We have the health cycle, which is what most of us should wake up in the morning, vibrant, energetic, ready to go. Well into your 80s, 90s, you should be rocking and rolling. The challenge is we're going into a disease cycle much earlier. And again, pharmaceutical companies are really getting good at keeping us alive longer, but not necessarily living a better quality of life. We're talking to people now that are taking, they're in their late 30s, early 40s, taking all kinds of pharmaceuticals that, I don't know. Again, it's not for me to decide. You just have to make a decision for your house. Is that the way to go? Dealing with the potential side effects. We believe that delivering, natural, vegan, gluten-free, sugar-free, dairy-free, all those frees, finding ways to deliver plant-based, but also backed by science, having some real science behind it, but having this stuff to be plant-based. We're now creating an entirely new category, and I hope you guys can see this. This is called a Snap Pack. It's about as thin as your credit card in your wallet. This is our big one. This is called our Complete. I'm going to talk about what's in this in a second, but I just want to show you the difference. The challenge has always been how do you deliver highly absorbable liquid nutrition to the masses? Liquid nutrition, of course, just the absorption benefits alone make it a superior form over, for sure, gummies, definitely over powders and pills. The challenge is normally when you uncork or take the top off of a bottle of nutrition, of supplement nutrition, now you got to refrigerate it. You can't travel with it. TSA will take it away from you. If you drop the bottle, now you got problems. What do you want? Look, you want it convenient, but people will pay for two things. They pay for speed and convenience. With revolutionary Snap Packs, we came to the market and said, we're answering the call. Speed, we're answering the call to convenience, and we're delivering highly absorbable supplementation in liquid form. Now this one right here, I'm just going to show you guys. If you look in the corner of your screen, you're going to see we formulated all of these to go in a couple of ounces of water. But like everything, especially in America, we want it fast. We want it now. We put our potato in the microwave. We can't wait for the dinger to ding. And so we started taking it straight to the head. I'm just going to demonstrate how we do this. If you look at your screen, we take it like this, put it right to the mouth. Snap it, sip it, share it. We say never snap alone. So what's happening in this environment, what's happening now for us, we're not in the sales business. We're in the information and knowledge business. We're in a situation now where we're just simply sharing people. Look, there's a new category. There's a new way to improve your immune system. There's a new way to fight aging. There's a new way to get that vibrant, pep in your step and that light in your eye again. There's a new way to do that. That's called Snap Packs. Matter of fact, it's funny. The name of the company is called OSNAP. And I mentioned it earlier, when you are the front liner, when you're the first ones on the front line, bringing something to the marketplace, it tends to be like when you hop in a hot tub, a lot of people say I'm hopping in a jacuzzi. Well, it could have been another manufacturer, but they were first on the scene with hot tubs. This opportunity is backed by the best in the game, Liqueur Nutraceuticals, every quality standard possible, the highest quality standards on the planet, FDA compliance. You know, our products are manufactured in an NSF certified laboratory. What does that mean? It means that no banned substances can even enter our facility. So you never have to worry about things that would improve, you know, like things that athletes cannot take. You're not going to find that even the possibility for that to enter our facilities. Again, the highest quality standards and having the ability to bring supplementation across the entire planet in a very short period of time. We've got 4 major products. They're each separate and unique, but are part of one system. So let me go through these very quickly for you. First off, let's talk about the challenge and let me introduce you to the solution. Did you know that between 30 and 48% of adults suffer from insomnia? Now, this is interesting to me. When I think about this, we started to do research on the health challenges that people are facing. If you're not getting good sleep, your body is not doing what it was programmed, what it was meant to do. At night, when we go into a REM sleep, your body rejuvenates, it renews itself, it heals itself. And I'm starting to catch on for a lot of people. The reason why they get up in the morning and they got to down a gallon of coffee before they can even have a conversation with somebody is because they got themselves in a cycle that's hard to get out. Maybe it's stress that's keeping them up at night. I don't know what it is, but we're all dealing with different things in our lives. But when you got 30 to 48% of adults suffering from insomnia, this is leading to another health epidemic on a massive scale. So what do? We believe we've got the solution to it. Let's put sleep in a snap. Let's take highly absorbable liquid nutrition. So now in a very small amount, you can take ingredients and have a massive, massive impact. I tell people all the time, look, you can pay more, but you cannot get better. You're looking at right now a vegan product. You're looking at a sugar-free product. Again, I started to talk about sugar-free because I believe there's no reason for us to contribute to the sugar problem. In that same health magazine I was talking about where you saw the pharmaceutical ads, it was crazy to me. I saw an ad for broccoli, or maybe the ad was for something else, but the ad was said, let's make your broccoli less broccoli-ish. And it was just covered with cheese and salt. You could just see it. And of course, that's how people are consuming their nutrition. We got kids that, you know what happens. I was with a friend of mine who's an optometrist in Seattle. And he said to me, he said, John, look, the biggest challenge today is we got wars on drugs and all this stuff, but cocaine's not the biggest challenge in our society. These illegal drugs are not the biggest challenge in our society. He said, the biggest challenge in our society right now, the biggest health epidemic is coming from sugar. Sugar does the same thing to your brain that cocaine does. And you guys know this. If you ever give a baby, just put a little sugar on your finger and put it in a baby's mouth, that baby lights up. Now you can never give that baby a piece of broccoli ever again. You know, once they have it, it's like they got to have it. They want more. They want more. They want more. What do we do with our kids? Look, if my kids are good, I'm saying, look, if you'll be good and you be quiet while daddy takes care of this, I'll take you to Dairy Queen. The teachers, you know, you get a sucker if you get a star on your paper. You get good grades, you know, we're going to go pound some McDonald's and maybe head over to Wendy's and get a Frosty. We're using sugar as a reward. We're using sugar to keep our kids quiet, to keep them doing something. Even the gummies today. I was in Target and I saw the children's melatonin sleepy time gummies. You guys know that thing had 5 grams of sugar per gummy. It's not that it's putting these kids to sleep. It's that the kids are now addicted to the gummies and they know at night they can get mommy and daddy to give them some sugar before they go lay down in bed. Anyways, it's an interesting cycle that we found ourselves in. We taken melatonin, which is there's so much research around melatonin. We took 5-HTP, which is a precursor to tryptophan, which you guys know coming up, we got Thanksgiving dinner. You know, that tryptophan is going to kick in after you eat that turkey when you're watching the football game, laying back with your fat belly and you start to doze off. So 5-HTP is also a serotonin booster. It's a natural way to boost the serotonin. We started thinking about this. What if we went to bed feeling happier, feeling less stress? Maybe that would help someone go into a deeper REM sleep. Pharma-GABA, guys, because we're staring at these screens all day. You're staring at the screen right now. We've got our phones in our hand. We're staring at these screens all day long. There's something called blue waves and red waves that are affecting our brains, affecting or infecting our ability to sleep at night. There's so many clinical studies around pharma-GABA. I highly encourage you to look at this because it could be the reason why you're not sleeping or some of the people you know. We put pharma-GABA in this product. Magnesium has always been known as a calming agent, as a nutrient that's necessary. The challenge is it's hard to get it in today's diet. We have over-farmed our land. We've got big companies now that are genetically modifying our food. We've depleted the soil to the point where, look, an apple today doesn't have nearly the nutrient value that an apple had 10 years ago, even 50 years, forget about it. You'd have to eat 50 apples to try to get that same kind of nutritional value. So you could be eating grass all day long and still not getting the nutrients that you need in your diet, because in some cases, it's not even in the soil anymore. It's not even available to us. So what do you got to do? You have no choice but to supplement. Your body needs certain things to operate at its optimal levels. And those that are not doing it, you can see it. You can see it in they're lethargic. They're gaining weight. They don't have the pep in their step that they used to have. You see people slowing down when they get into their 30s now. I'm like, are you serious? We should be rocking and rolling, man, until we're 80, 90 years old. My mentor, Paul J. Meyer, billionaire, this guy was 80 some years old, climbing mountains, scuba diving, challenging 20-year-olds to push-up contests. He was vibrant. He was energetic, man. The dude was always moving, creating things, building things. By the way, it's hard to get wealthy if you're unhealthy. There's a big cycle. Chamomile is another one known for its ability to help with natural sleep cycles. And here's the other thing, guys. So many people are on Ambien, or they're taking different drugs like Xanax. The problem with those things, you go into a deep sleep, but it's not a restorative, rejuvenating sleep. So the next morning you wake up feeling like you got hit by a bus. So, I think you guys kind of get the point where I'm going with all this stuff. The next area that we've attacked, again, we start with sleep, because everything starts with sleep. You get a good night's sleep, it starts things in motion. You might not need to drink that dead roasted black, coffee bean and that cheap caffeine. Anti-aging products are massive today especially because of this group called the baby boomers. But we have an aging population. It's clear as day. Baby boomers are like a basketball moving through a garden hose. It is a massive amount of people, and they're fighting the aging part. Like me, I'm not a baby boomer. I'm the generation before, Generation X, but I'm fighting this aging thing. My wife says, well, you're just immature. But I'm like, look, I want to have the same energy that I had in my 20s. And I realize there's a lot of things that I can do to ensure that happens. I can be active. OSNAP active lifestyle. I can move around. I can get around, be in a community where people are doing things together while people are focused on health. You get around 5 people that smoke cigarettes, you're probably going to be the 6th person. You get around 5 people that are active and energetic, you're probably going to be the 6th person. You get around 5 millionaires, you're probably going to be the 6th millionaire. So we started to catch on that we could create a community second to none, hold each other accountable, and do something big in the marketplace. We created a product called Reverse. I call it hashtag Benjamin Button, baby. Hashtag Benjamin Button. I'm fighting this whole thing. We got a nutrient, a compound called AC11. You can do some research on AC11, but remember I talked earlier about sugar is damaging our telomeres in a massive way. Your telomeres, they're the indicator. And now, look, I read a book called The Telomere Effect. In the book called I highly recommend this, because you start to catch on that your cells are probably the final frontier. If we can stop our cells from aging, if we can stop our cells from mutating into cancerous cells, if we can stop that from happening, we in theory could stop ourselves from aging, stop ourselves from getting cancer, stop ourselves from doing a lot of these different things. We've got a natural plant compound backed by science called AC11. AC11, we have clinical studies, and you can look at those that show lengthening telomeres by 40% naturally using plant-based. So we took the exact dosage from those clinical studies. We put it in a snap pack, simple, convenient, snap it to the head. You got AC11. Then we added acerola cherry. If you know anything about acerola cherry is an immune boosting compound. Full dose of vitamin C, and then all of the micronutrients that come from nature that are designed to work synergistically with our body to stay healthier and help our cells to rejuvenate, renew, and do the things they're supposed to do. Speaking of not sleeping and drinking gallons of coffee, just understand not all coffee is created equally. Take a screenshot of this, because I'm not going to go through every word on here, but there is a massive, massive difference between the way some people are getting their caffeine and the way others are. Black, dead, roasted coffee bean is the cheapest, most inexpensive form of coffee on the planet. The challenge is a lot of tampering that goes along with black roasted coffee bean. It's the reason why some people take their pre-workout and they got the jitters and things like that, because they're not getting the nutrients that are supposed to go along with it. When you're getting raw green coffee bean, now you're getting caffeine in the form it was meant to, the way the body will absorb it better. By the way, chlorogenic acid and healthy weight regulation. We're starting to see all kinds of studies around green coffee bean and actually lowering the cortisol level. Remember that stress hormone we talked about before, helping people to actually lose weight. So how do you explain when some people cannot lose weight no matter what? They're eating right, they're moving around, they're doing all those things they're supposed to do, but still can't get rid of that extra hard weight. A lot of that's coming, we're starting to find out, is coming from cortisol. Also, you start to see the spikes when it comes to blood sugar and insulin spikes associated with increased carbohydrate consumption. Getting some raw green coffee bean is offsetting some of that. And there's also a lot of benefits when it comes to brain and cognitive function. Let me talk about energy for a second. The energy market is massive. Of course, we're consuming coffee. Starbucks is the biggest drug dealer on the planet. What are they selling you? Sugar and caffeine in massive quantities, making billions and billions of dollars. We got a niece of mine who's like, I don't know, 14, 15 years old, has a $7 a day Starbucks habit. It's insane to me. We figured out a way to get us hooked on these things. So we can't get off. Then it becomes a cycle that we can't get off of this cycle. What do? We just said, let's go head to head with the energy drink. Let's go head to head with these energy drinks that for every sip, it's damaging people's health. We have something called surge in a snap. We call it surge because surge is no joke. You know, from the minute it hits your tongue, this is strong. This is something different. You feel that surge. You make the surge face. It goes down your esophagus. You feel it. The hair on the back of your neck stands up. You do the Michael Jackson kick, and all of a sudden, within minutes, you got this energy boost that you didn't have before. But it's interesting because it's not this jittery, shaky type energy boost. It's an interesting climb, a nice, steady climb, stabilization without the crash. This is the cleanest energy drink, energy product on the planet. What we do in 0.17 fluid ounces, you can't possibly get in 16 ounces of these, health damaging energy solutions that are out there today. We also understand the importance of nitric oxide. Guys, do some research on nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is critical. Blood pressure, circulation. We got people that are younger and younger with circulation problems. They're getting on Viagra. They're getting all those different things because of circulation problems. Nitric oxide is putting fuel, blood and oxygen, the fuel your muscles need, into your muscles, including your heart, your brain, and other areas. This is critical for longevity. This is critical to operate at your peak capacity. It's critical to get the best out of your, any type of exercise that you might be doing. We've got clinical studies around this S7 blend. It's actually won awards. S7 boosting nitric oxide naturally. I'm talking about using broccoli. I'm talking about using kale, turmeric. You guys know anti-inflammatory. If you get some of the inflammation out of your system, now all of a sudden, wow, I'm feeling lighter. I'm feeling better. I'm moving around better. Using L-taurine, green coffee bean, green tea extract is another one. Red ginseng. We got things for the mind. I mean, it's another incredible product. And here's what I tell people all the time: when you're looking at our products, I'm not asking you to invest more money or spend more money. I'm saying invest in your health and actually save money. Get off the Starbucks. Get off the cheap black dead roasted coffee bean. Get off the sugar. I got a friend that consumes a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew every single day. It's funny because they say, you are what you eat. My buddy is starting to look like a damn Mountain Dew bottle. He's even turning yellow, and he's the same shape. You have to start making little adjustments. Imagine people, the average energy drink today is about $4. One surge snap pack. We're talking about less than $2. 5 calories, no sugar. 200 calories, 40 grams. Can you imagine giving your child 40 grams of sugar? 40 grams of sugar, but that's what the average person is consuming. One soft drink a day is putting people in a high risk for heart disease category just from one soft drink a day. We're consuming about 8 4-pound bags of C&H sugar every single year just by consuming one soft drink. Some people are doing more than that. Some people are having, rum and Cokes, got your sugar intake for the next year by having one Friday night. Dairy-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, soy-free. I had someone say, well, John, my energy drink is sugar-free. Then you look at sucralose, a man-made sweetener. You start, oh my goodness, maybe I was better off with sugar because now I just spiked my blood glucose. I upset my microbiome, which means, look, if the good bacteria is not allowed to function, if you can't absorb the nutrients that you're taking in, it doesn't matter what you're taking in. And then it upsets your GI tract. I hope you guys are catching on to this. Let me keep moving. I don't think we need Time Magazine to tell us we're not eating enough fruits and vegetables. Guys, this is what I took earlier. I took the Complete in a Snap. Let me talk to you a little about this. Getting all your B vitamins, getting A and D vitamins, getting zinc. Of course, another immune boost, getting vitamins and minerals, and then biotin for your hair, skin, and nails. Then we added another compound with clinical studies. These are peer-reviewed medical studies. This is where the most skeptical people, this is how we bring on naturopaths and doctors, and we get on people that really understand some of the healthiest. I got so many personal trainers. We got gyms that are coming on board left and right because we got products that move the needle, products that deliver what they're supposed to do in a highly absorbable form of liquid nutrition. Neurofactors for the brain, clinically proven to increase levels of a neuroprotein called BDNF. Again, This is vital to learning, memory, and higher thinking. We got people getting off of Adderall, kids that are cramming for college and using this instead of some of these other alternatives. So you start to see what I'm talking about. We're creating something incredibly unique. Now that leads me to the business side. Now this is not for everybody. I believe everybody is for the customer side. So if you're a guest here today, I believe you got enough information to make an educated decision. Say, look, I could use some brain enhancement. I could use some anti-aging, a nice little energy pickup when I'm 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I need to get to the next level. That it might not be a bad idea to get something that's going to improve my health and give me energy at the same time rather than harm my health. Maybe that morning coffee needs to go. Maybe the expense of it is enough where I can start to realize if I put that money away in a savings or invest it somewhere, it would be a whole different deal in 24 months. I don't know. But from a customer standpoint, I believe it's a very simple decision. And we've got more and more customers coming on every single day. They're just coming on. They're customers of the company. They love the products. They tell their friends about the products. It's becoming this perpetual machine for our company. But for those that are saying, look, I'd like to make some changes. Maybe you're looking for some supplemental income. Maybe you're looking for some significant income. I don't know. Do you have a plan B? I always tell people, you work full time on your living, but today you've got to work part time on your fortune. You got to find a way, because who knows, man? Who knew we could be on lockdown? Who knew that if you were an essential, you might not have a job? Who knew? Even now we got people, we're hearing all the controversy around. Some people don't want to get vaccinated and are losing their jobs over it. I don't know what side of the fence you're on. I don't know what where you're at. It doesn't matter to me. All I'm saying is that something could happen. I always tell people too, what would happen if you don't work or you can't work? I'll give you an example. When I was young, when I was just turning a teenager, my father was injured in a steel mill. My father had what was considered a good job. He worked in a steel mill. Well, one day, Flight for Life came to pick up my father. My father spent a year in intensive care, almost lost both of his legs. From the middle of his back all the way down to his thighs was ripped off of him by a steel press that presses steel. He got caught in the middle of this thing. It malfunctioned and did some massive traumatic damage to his body. When he finally got out of intensive care, he rolled on a wheelchair that you laid flat on your stomach with your legs all the way out. And he rolled like this. It was a very long wheelchair. And it was not, my dad was never the same again. Of course, he couldn't work. It upset the household in a massive way. We don't expect to get in a car accident. We don't expect something to happen. Or maybe we just get tired. I know people that they're doing the same thing over and over and they're getting tired. We call it burnout. What do you do? What do you do now? Well, that's the stuff that leads to more stress and then leads to more health challenges and, of course, lack of income. What if you could start a revolutionary business? What if you could start a relevant business, something that the timing is right, something you could go to someone and say, look, I've got something you've never seen before. I can help you move the needle when it comes to your health and potentially your wealth if you're interested in that side of things. And let me show you how it works. These are monthly supplies. So you guys saw what a snap pack looks like, but this is the monthly supply of each one of our products and what it costs. Right now, if you're a guest, you can grab a bundle. Say, look, I'd like to try all 4 of them. I'd like to get the complete system because they work synergistically. Now, you don't have to get in where you fit in. But what we decided to do is say, look, tonight you can get in and we'll take 25% off of the order, off the retail, right off the gate, $200. Now, let me show you what happens. For those that want to take it to the next level, I believe you have a little skin in the game. It's like McDonald's. Right now, you can buy a McDonald's franchise for about $2 million. $2 million. So maybe you're evaluating right now McDonald's or OSNAP. You're kind of comparing the two right now. From a value standpoint, you can't find a better value. I got a friend that owns 2 Burger King restaurants. We got people in businesses like this making way more money than he makes off both those Burger Kings. He doesn't have to deal with all the headaches of employees and screaming teenagers and more mature people that don't show up or whatever. You say, look, all right, I want to take us to the next level. All this is, we have different power packs. Again, get in where you fit in. We then offer these at a wholesale rate. And where it says 2211, that just means 2 monthly supplies surge, 2 monthly supplies of complete. Are you getting this? Power pack 2, again, a little deeper discount. Again, you get a little more product, 3322. Then you've got the most that you could possibly invest in our business. And it's called the Power Pack 3. Let me show you that here. Hold on. Okay. Sometimes my slides go crazy. Power Pack 3, there it is. So this is 5 of each one of our products. And I'm going to show you how to turn this into money. We have right now, for those that are interested in the leadership position, for those that are interested in being the broker instead of the agent, for those that would rather be the franchisor than the franchisee, you've got an opportunity to build an OSNAP agency. You can build an OSNAP agency. And when one of your new agents come on board and let's say they get a power pack, if they get power pack 1, you're going to get paid $60. And then $20 is paid to the next active enroller. So if you introduce me, you're going to get paid $60. The person that introduced you is going to get paid $20 cash. Let's skip to power pack 3. You introduce me, I invest $1,000. The $49 was waived. You receive $210, and the person that introduced you received an additional $40. Let me show you how some of this stuff plays out together. These are the power packs. We also add something called CV. CV is just a point value. You can see 100 CV, 150 CV, 300 CV. So not only do you get the upfront commissions, but we also take some of the money and turn it into a point value. Why is this important? Well, we're a global opportunity. When we expand into Mexico, you don't have to worry about how do I convert pesos to US and back and forth. We go into South Korea, the won versus the US, a lot of stuff is already figured out. This is an incredible way to expand quickly, but we put it into different areas of the comp plan. By the way, we also have something going on right now. What would you like to get these products for free? What if I could show you how to get these products for free? Simply enroll for or refer a few people over to me. I'll send them a video through an app that we created, a very simple, press a button, send the video, check it out, maybe give them a sample. When you enroll for, you don't pay no more. The next month, you get your product for free. And this is every single month. The other side of this, we have something that we're launching right now through the end of the year called Auto Ship Accelerator. So if someone gets on a monthly auto ship, you get for every 4 new customers you get on top of the commissions we pay out. By the way, we're paying up front on a surge, $15. We pay up front on a complete, another $15. We pay another $15 on sleep and another $20 on the reverse. So you get that upfront money. Plus we got CV going to these other areas of the compensation plan. Then on top of that, we're adding another $200 bonus for every 4 customers. So why is this important? It's called First Movers Advantage. We launched this company May 17th of this year. If you understand how this works, it's being in the right place at the right time, and I would argue with the right people and then taking action. You have an opportunity to participate in First Movers Advantage. We're here to the marketplace first, so we're willing to do things first to acquire customers, bring customers to the table, deliver high-end, high-caliber, high-impact, highly absorbable liquid nutrition that you experience. And we know once they get on the product, they stay on the product, they tell others about the product, it becomes a perpetual money machine for some of us. Imagine getting those upfront commissions and getting another $200 for every 4 customers that you get. I mean, this can be incredibly significant. It can add up very, very fast. If you look at how we're flipping power packs, we're taking that $1,000 pack and we're showing people how to double their money on that one pack. Because you could take, if you just took 4 of the 5 boxes and you use those as samples, to just like going to Costco. I didn't expect to buy that taquito, triple dip thing that I bought. I didn't even know what it was until I went to Costco. I sampled it, I like it, I ended up buying it. What's happening is we're saying, look, you don't have to take my word for it. When you experience this product, now you know, now you get the feel for it. So based on the merits of the product, we're moving someone from a sample to a monthly customer. So you take 1 box a month for yourself, take the other 4 boxes, turn it into exposures. Those exposures, I can show you quickly how to turn $1,000 into $2,000 in a week, in a month, whatever time frame you choose. We've also got what we call a binary step plan. I love that we're building 2 teams. Now again, not for everybody, but if you decide you want to play the game at a higher level and you want to help lead an organization, build that OSNAP agency. Now, again, not everybody wants to or is interested in leading people. Sometimes leading people is like herding cats. They don't always keep their word. They tend to go in a lot of different directions. But if you understand it's highly rewarding for the people that are able to go through that process and are willing to do that, we've built an entire system around, just like McDonald's. McDonald's does not need a guy in a 3-piece suit hard closing you on a Big Mac. It's systematic. Burger Boy knows cheeseburger in the yellow wrapper because filet of fish goes in the turquoises. It's not rocket science. So we built a very simple, duplicatable system that we can scale all over the world. We've got an app in the palm of your hand, having a Fortune 500 type company. Look, I got an app that it's ClickFunnels built into it. It's got a ClickFunnel, just like when you're on Facebook or Instagram, you see that ad pop up. That's called a ClickFunnel. That's called a sales funnel. We built that into an app that's you have access to. It's in the palm of your hand. Survey Monkey, contact management system, all in the app. We got the videos, we got the coaching, we got the training, all the pieces already laid out for you. Then we automated it. So if you introduce me, the first thing you could do is press a button in the app, send me a text message, or maybe even send me something via social media. through the app, then the first video is 30 seconds long. Okay, I can watch 30 seconds because it's about information and knowledge, not about selling. The app educates me on what is a snap pack. Then the app itself tells me, look, click right here, go to the next video and find out what's in a snap pack. It takes you through an entire system. Then the app leads the customer right back to your website that we created for you. That's what that $49 investment was about. We create your website, all your back end, your accounting, and all your marketing. When you look at how the binary works, when you tie all this together, if I've got a system that's pumping people through this thing, and I just got to press buttons, and now we're teaching people how to brand themselves and get their social media marketing look right. So that's another fishing line in the water. Besides the other areas that we have, you probably got 200 people in your phone. And then all the people that are today trying to boost their immune system, they're looking for an alternative to all the crap that's out there. We start to build 2 teams. You help me do that. Now the rewards become incredible. This is a leadership development part of our compensation plan. We build a left team and a right team. Remember this, the CV, the point value, when you have a 100 on your left, 100 on your right, we pay $25. Not a big deal. We're just getting started. But you can start to see where this can start to become incredibly significant. You've already been paid on the customer. You've been paid on the power pack. You've been paid in those areas that I talked about. This is just a separate and unique area. Look at the example at the bottom. In this example, the weekends, you've had 12,050 in CV. That's on your left team volume. 16,000 in total CV on your right team. You just picked up an extra $2,900 that week on developing leadership. And most of it's being done by us. By the way, if you only build 2 teams, think about this from a business standpoint. If you join tonight, there's a 50% chance that the next person that comes in can end up on your team. We're not guaranteeing that, but we got people that are experiencing that, and they're getting volume from people that they never even met in their lives. This can become significant. The next area is called matching pay. I love matching pay because it's like, if you introduce me and I introduce Najla, now, first off, you're going to get between 10% and 50% of the check that I receive from the binary. So let's just say I'm in this to win it, man. I got burning desire. I'm willing to work, and I'm teachable. I'm humble enough to learn a proven system. I want to know how to use the app. I want to know how to use my website. I want to know how to get my brand right. I follow the system. Now all of a sudden I'm rolling along. Let's say I make 10,000. You're going to get between $1,000 and $5,000 because you introduced me. Now let's say I introduced Najla. Now when you hit the Ruby level, we add another layer to this. So I introduced Najla. You don't know Najla. You know me, but I knew Najla. Let's say I make $10,000. Of course, at this point, you're going to get $2,500 from my check, plus what you receive from customer commissions, plus what you receive from Power Pack, all the other areas of compensation, plus what you already received in the binary. Now you just picked up another $2,500. Let's say Najla, I don't know, let's say she made $5,000. You're going to get another $500. How many do you want? It's completely up to you. How many people would you have in your agency? If you were the real estate broker, how many people, the more you have, the more lines you have in the water, the more likely you are to succeed. We've made this compensation plan incredibly lucrative. By the way, as you're climbing through the ranks, we're also on top of matching, on top of binary, on top of customer commissions, on top of the power packs. Every time you advance to a new rank, there's another bonus waiting for you. The ambassador elite is where it starts. We're showing people in the first week, I can show you how to get to ambassador elite. You make $1,000 plus another $150. The average person's making about $1,100 when they just hit this position. You can do that in a week, 2 weeks, whatever. I don't care. Whatever time you want to put it in. It's up to you. We don't have any quotas or requirements. We just say, do it at your pace. Sometime, part-time, no time, whatever. It's up to you. Bronze pays $250, silver $350, and then gold pays $500. If that wasn't enough, we added one more component to this, which is the one is probably my favorite. It's what I call the long-term drinking out of a coconut money. Because whether you're here or you're on the beach drinking out of a coconut every single month, whatever, Wi-Fi and a dream, baby. You can build a business from anywhere today because in the palm of our hands, we got phones that do what computer systems, high-powered, expensive computer systems couldn't even do 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Forget about it. I can send videos for free to people. I can send information. I can have people take surveys, and I can use social media and connect the dots like I never could before. Now on the second order, third orders, all subsequent orders, we're paying 7% on 7 levels. Now, what does that mean? It doesn't make sense at first. This means it's not what have you done for me lately money. It's every single month is coming in. You just put the ball in motion. Imagine you got 4 customers. You get your product for free now. You picked up the commissions up front on those 4 customers. And right now you got a $200 bonus Plus, when next month it automatically shows up, now you're pulling another 7%. But let me show you how significant. Let me show you how significant this can be. If you were building an agency, and again, this is not for everybody. I came here to talk really to get people to understand the power of this product to become a customer. And then later on, once they're a customer and it's in their bloodstream and they can't help but share it with someone, then it might make more sense for them to become ambassador. Some of you already get the point. First movers advantage, get involved in a company like this, a company that has nobody at the top position yet, but clearly will have. There's big opportunity. But when you're a pioneer, you got to take the arrows. You know, there's stuff that has to be done in the early stages, but you also get written about in the history books. But if you just got five, that got five, by the time you get to the 7th level, you guys realize that's 78,000 people. The power of numbers, exponential growth. We're used to linear growth. You go to work, you get paid. You go to work, you get paid. If you don't go to work, you don't get paid. Imagine you go to work here, you get paid. You go to work here, you get paid. You don't go to work, oh, I still get paid. I still get paid. That's why I'm getting so many successful people. I tell people all the time, congratulations on your success, but how much do you make if you don't work or you can't work? Now all of a sudden they light up a little bit because I have a lot of people, look, they have a lot of money, but they have no time. They're sitting in front of a computer screen, they're trading, they're doing all these different things. They're still not free. If their mind is not engaged in that process, they don't have any money. It's falling apart. I have friends like I was for the longest time. I had a lot of time, but I had no money. I wasn't free either. If you want to have freedom, you got to find a way to get time and money. We're teaching people how to get the goose laying golden eggs. You set it in motion, and then it takes a life of its own on. This was critical. It's called cash flow. We also have profit sharing pools that are being built right now. We're doing some things in e-commerce. You're starting to see we're experimenting in a big way with e-commerce so we can deliver e-commerce tools directly to our field so they can participate in what's happening on Amazon. They can participate in what's happening on Shopify and these big e-commerce platforms, but having a real branded, high-end, high-caliber product that actually delivers what it says. You guys will see next year, we're going to be announcing our incentive trip. So just by doing certain things, you get to hang out with us. We hang out on the beach. Some of you guys know if it ain't fun, it ain't me. The timing is impeccable, multi-billion-dollar e-commerce supplement. It is growing, especially after the pandemic. We've been watching this thing grow and grow and grow. The timing, again, people are investing more money in getting their health right. Social media is on the rise in a massive way. You look, you got a platform like TikTok, guys. More and more adults are getting on TikTok. That thing has 2 billion downloads. You cannot deny Instagram, 1 billion people on that. You don't have to go and get 1 billion people. You might get 100 good quality people from there, and 100 turn into 20 rock stars that go and smash it. That's just one area, though. There's so many other areas that we teach people how to build their business from, but you can start to automate your supplemental income that can eventually become significant income. So what's next? You're a guest on here. Someone drugged you out, said you had to be on here. They're going to hit you back and say, hey, did you get it? You know, hopefully John Malott didn't freak you out too bad. What's next? It's real simple. I got no fancy closing technique. We don't even call it closing. We don't close here. We're not salespeople. We open. When you become a customer, we're now opening that relationship. When you become an ambassador, we're now opening that relationship. We don't use all this corny sales jargon and industry nonsense. We have support teams here. We got high-tech tools. We also got high-touch tools. The combination can create an incredible lifestyle. Life is what you live. Style is how you live it. By becoming part of the OSNAP active lifestyle, you're starting to see what's happening. Our community is growing like crazy. People, product, process, community, culture, and compensation. Get back with the person that invited you. We'll set up your website immediately. As soon as tonight, you get on there, get you a power pack, grab some product. Now, all of a sudden, your website is ready to go. You can start directing people. Matter of fact, then we'll set up the automation app so you can just press buttons. You can be watching Netflix, press a couple of buttons while you're watching Netflix, building your business. Now you got the tax benefits that are only reserved for those that provide economic opportunities for other people. You're now participating in the same economic opportunities that the most wealthy people on the planet do. My mentor one time said, John, if you don't have a business like this, for every mile you drive, you might as well throw $1 out the window because that's what you're wasting. The average employee is taxed to death. You guys know this. When you see, if you're an employee and you see that check, by the time you get it, man, half of it's gone. Some dude named Ficca, he got some of the money. A whole bunch of people got their money before you ever did. Step-by-step training, we provide it, guys. McDonald's will send you to Burger University. Even though you put $2 million in, they'll send you to Burger University. We've got our own form of training. Most of it's done through the app. Most of it's done through our automation platforms. Follow us on all of our social media. I'll give you one more thing, guys. we've been on this tour, traveling from market to market, going in live. So you can come to an event, doesn't cost you anything. We have Kareem Rush, from former LA Laker player. He's going to be hosting an event along with my brother Howard. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you in that market. You come live, and I'm going to break it down step by step. I'm going to show you why this is the most relevant opportunity plan. Why are so many people joining this community on a regular basis? Why are we growing so fast? Why are people going crazy? Why are these big pharmaceutical companies and supplement companies looking at SNAP packs as the future delivery of nutrition? I'm going to continue to break all this stuff down, but we're going to be in Columbia, Missouri for our Super. This is going to be Saturday, November 6th. We're going to go from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So you can take a snapshot of that. And then finally, that's it, guys. Welcome to the family. Let me just pull up this chat real quick. I see there's a bunch of chats, and I didn't even look at it because it's distracting sometimes. Ishmael, appreciate you, brother. Look, some people will get it, some people won't. We're in the business of sorting, not convincing products. I'm sure that's in regard to somebody. I'm just looking at these things. We are the distribution between product and sales. Is this similar or equal between each of them? At the first glance, I'd imagine the surge and sleep are the leaders. Yeah, you got it right. Surge is the biggest by far. Surge out moves all the other products 10 to 1, just because we got an energy deprivation problem because it's coming from lack of sleep. There's no question about that. Anti-aging is something you don't think about until you start aging. So we're just now really tapping into that baby boomer market in a big way, and Gen X. But we're also starting to see the millennials are saying, look, there's a lot of things you can do preventively that has a big impact. Let me just see. The best is yet to come. Michael Padilla, appreciate you, brother. I'm eating my organic chickens on a beach half naked in Costa Rica at some point. I'm just looking through these chats real quick because if we can, let's try to get all the questions answered. I think I got most of it. I don't see anything that stands out that I need to address. Thank you. Here. Customer supplement is growing in the U.S. by almost 20% alone last year. Yeah, look, the numbers are astronomical. The growth of supplements, it's growing faster. It's growing bigger than the average growth of the economy. And again, there could be a lot of reasons for that. Probably, people are just more in tune to it. We're seeing people catching on to, zinc, vitamin D, getting some vitamin C in your system. People are also catching on that sometimes you just got to move around. Sometimes you just got to get out in the sun. So we're not trying to suggest, we're not trying to insult people's intelligence by leading them to believe that just take a pill and everything's great. That's one part of it. Supplementation is becoming necessary because look, you're gonna pay for sickness or you're gonna pay for wellness. Either way, you're gonna pay. There's no way around it. We're seeing the numbers. They simply don't. They tell the story. You're gonna pay one way or the other. So we're saying, why not practice some preventive? We heard it like this: an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Not 7 on Sunday. You can't destroy your health and then think instantly it's going to come back. It's like I went to the gym, I didn't get a 6-pack set of abs, so I quit going to the gym. There's a process, but being part of an environment like this is not just about the supplements, which we think is incredible. Those that are on it know what I'm talking about. But then you've got the whole accountability piece. We're doing things together. We have our little workouts we do together. Hiking, going to the beach, hanging out. Hell, we go to the club and celebrate. We dance, and there's all these different things that we do. Being part of something different, being part of something unique and special, and having a bunch of like-minded people come together. There's very few places you can find that today because it seems like everybody's trying to pull each other down. It's easy to find the negative. It's easy to find the problems. But when you get around a bunch of people that have your solutions, it's amazing what can happen and what is happening inside of here. Wayne said, do you have something to help with blood pressure? Guys, yeah, I'm going to tell you something. When you start catching on what nitric oxide does, just do a little research on nitric oxide and blood pressure. And you might discover that Surge is not just a powerful energy supplement, but that nitric oxide is powerful when it comes to the brain, the heart, blood pressure, things like that. So you can check that out. And also, we're getting a lot of people that are reporting back just from taking AC11, the immune boosting properties and the anti-aging properties of lengthening telomeres seem to be for a lot. We're hearing so many testimonials, all these different directions. So I can't tell you what these products are going to do for you. I just know these products are going to do something for you. I don't know where your deficit is at, but we're finding that people have had some challenge. We have people that say, look, especially on the reverse, all of a sudden people that were having, joint issues are reporting to us they don't have joint issues. Now, again, I'm not telling you that this is a cure. I'm not saying this is the cure. I'm just saying we got people who are taking these products and there's a movement happening. I've been on AC11 for over 4 years. After I crossed 50 years old, I'm telling you, I have more energy than the average 20-year-old. Knocking out push-ups. I drive my wife crazy because I'm the first one there and I'm the last one to leave. I want to go. I want to live my life to the fullest. And I believe if I had to eliminate everything, the one thing I would not want to eliminate is my reverse product, my AC11. I think that's been the biggest needle mover for everything. Yeah, workouts Tuesday also help. Heather, thank you. There's a lot to be said about just moving around when it comes to blood pressure and things like that. And we're doing a lot of things to encourage our community to work. We do it for free. We're saying, look, my wife is an incredible fitness professional. Amazing. Joe Physique. We've got so many fitness professionals that are tuned in right now. Kenny, boxing classes. We got yoga. We got all these different things. And and this community, the things that they're charging their customers big money for inside this community, they're giving it. They're saying, look, let me give you my information. Let me help you. Let me help you design a better life and be part of OSNAP Active Lifestyle. All right. So if there's no other questions, comments, or concerns, oh, there my baby is. And don't get intimidated because some people will see like my wife's fitness is next level. You got to understand my wife is the most dedicated, committed person. No matter what, we could be out till 4 a.m. She will be in the gym by 7, no matter what, never misses. We've been together for over 5 years, and I've never seen her miss ever. Where most, and Joe Physique says facts, most personal trainers will tell you people get motivated for a month, maybe 2, like me, I get motivated. Well, she keeps me, even when I don't want to go, I go kicking and screaming, but I love having that accountability piece. You get around people like that are committed. Commitment is doing the thing you said you would do long after the feeling in which you said it has left you. Just like some of our ambassadors, I tell them, you made a commitment, now stick to your commitment. Don't let a new commitment keep you from your previous commitment. It's like you made a commitment to your wife, but Betty Lou shows up, and now you're making a new commitment to her and your wife. But wait a minute, what about the commitment you made to your wife? People are doing it all the time. And people do it, they do it in their life, they do it in their business, and they wonder why they can never get any traction. We're just here to help people stick to their commitments, have a system, have a process, and have people that have high integrity or high caliber. And we got the most ridiculous products on the planet that actually move the needle when it comes to your health, and your health is your wealth. Then we tie compensation around that. So now people are getting freedom. Some of our personal trainers are telling us they're making more money on their clients that left their personal training program because they got on an auto ship on the product and they're staying on the product. You start thinking about that. Could we do this in spas? We could do this anywhere. We're building a retail program right now. I'm not going to go. We have an e-commerce thing that we're already testing right now through Amazon. We got some things that are happening. You're going to see some amazing things that we're going to deliver to this marketplace, and you're going to share in those profits because you're here early. First movers advantage, live and well. Now, I took a little longer than I wanted to, but I wanted to make sure we got any questions answered. God bless you guys. You have an incredible night. For all the guests, get with the person that invited you out. Don't just blow them off. Say, look, I get it. I don't, whatever. We got to keep moving. If you're on the fence, get your questions answered by somebody who can actually answer your questions properly. Let us handle that. Let's get you on the app so you can start using leverage. You can start using systems to start generating revenue inside of your house. Let's build your OSNAP agency, but at a bare minimum, let's get you as an OSNAP customer. God bless you guys. Have a good night.